Hey guys, MacDabber here. In this video, we're going to go over the Ring of Elysium update 2.12.12, which was released May 1st of this year. It's a big patch, lots of fun additions. We got a new weapon, new vehicle, and new game mechanics. All right, so first up, we're going to go over some menu changes here. First big thing you're going to notice is on the right side here, you're going to have weekly challenges and daily challenges. There's also a new tab, weekly challenges. Basically, complete any 4 challenges to get an extra, in this case, crate. I believe it's going to be the same thing each week, but we're going to find out. I already completed, equipped 3 helmets and 3 vests in a level 3 helmet and a level 3 vest at the same time. Already got that one, and as you can see, I'm working on the other ones. The only way to get this new crate, this new purple crate, is to complete the weekly, and these are the items in here: trousers, got some hats, got some gloves. Everyone's gonna love this red bandana. So that's kind of fun, but right now the only way to get that purple crate is to complete your weeklies. These individual ones down here are dailies, and in this case, I believe it's going to change each week, but we'll see. You'll get 200 credits right now for completing a task. All right, our next biggest update, big setting changes actually are going to be a couple things here. First off, there's game optimization in general. Just a lot, the game runs even more smoother than it did before. Gameplay in general, jumping, running, shooting, a lot smoother of a gameplay, regardless of the ping factor. Just playing the game overall has improved. One of the biggest things that I noticed was smoother inventory interactions when you go to drag and drop or right click to pick up weapons, armor, and gear. It's a lot smoother of a transition, a lot quicker, not stuttering, none of that stuff. All right, our next patch note here is going to be language options. That's going to be under your computer setting, language. You can change now between 4 different languages: Thai, Indonesian, Chinese, and English. That's really awesome. I did a quick video earlier. You can check that out on how to change to English. Again, all you're really doing is clicking English here, hitting apply. But you do have to enter the game through the Garena launch option now. There's no reason to do a bat file anymore. There may be in the future in terms of optimizations and such. We're going to have to do some more testing on that. But right now, you don't need your bat file to do any kind of game optimizations anymore. Or excuse me, you do not need your bat file to play the game in English anymore. There's a language option to make it English, which is fantastic, absolutely great. Probably one of the top 5 additions to this. Obviously for me personally, because I speak English and not Thai. And I think majority of people don't want to have to go and do the whole bat file thing. They'd rather just change the option. So it'd be great if they add this to the launch pad so you can change it pre-game, but oh well. So I did make another video real quick, really short video on how to do that, how to navigate it with the Thai language on. It's not that difficult. That's how you do it. Okay, so you have 4 different language options, which we just went over. The next thing is going to be 4 graphics options. You have low, normal, standard, and high now. We're going to have to do more testing on what each of these do, but they're all self-explanatory. In terms of high is going to be the highest quality, low is going to be the lowest, and then the difference between normal and standard, I'm not entirely sure. Again, they don't have notes explicitly saying what it does and does not do. So it's something you're going to have to experiment. You'll notice right here, the next patch note here is going to be anti-aliasing. You can turn that on and off. Again, what you want to do for trying to figure out what graphics options are the best for you right now until I and the community come up with an optimization video for the new patch. You're going to want to download Fraps, and that's why I have this 120 here in the top left-hand corner called Fraps, Frap. Really simple to use program. Small, doesn't take up a lot of space, doesn't take up any next to nothing computer power to run, and it's going to put FPS meter on any screen that you have it running in the background. So as long as you have Fraps running in the background, you launch any kind of video game in full screen or windowed mode, it's going to give you an FPS counter. Right now, the menu is showing 120. That's not what I get in game, but this is how you're going to be able to tell what graphics options are the best, whether you want anti-aliasing on and off, desync on and off, and again, into our next big setting change, which is the render style. You get two options now. You get realistic and vibrant. Um, Vibrant is basically just your color vibrance. Makes everything all the colors pop a little bit more. When you set it onto realistic, that is everything's not as bright and colorful. That's a personal preference. Generally speaking, games like PUBG, for example, you want color vibrance to make the colors on people's clothes and their skin color or just your surrounding area pop more. And in theory, it's easier to see and differentiate enemies with that. So I personally play on Vibrant for the time being, and that's just general consensus between whether you want realistic or vibrant. And if you have an NVIDIA card, you can also change the vibrance level in NVIDIA card by right-clicking your desktop, going to NVIDIA settings, and on the left-hand corner, there's a color section. You click that, and then there's a digital vibrance um, percentage meter that you would drag the bar left to right to increase. Most people play on 60% vibrance. If you don't do that, there's an in-game option for this. Okay, our next update here is we have a mic boost option. You can change the boost of your microphone along with these options were over here, voice output and mic volume. There's a mic boost option now. It's easier to change your press to talk key. They moved this from the mouse settings to under the audio settings, so that's great. Okay, under the UI settings, you have a sprint option now. Sprint is press. It's a switch or press. So it's toggle or hold is all it's saying is your sprint option. You can make it toggle or hold to sprint. You have this show hat option. If you want to show your hat in game, your physical like appearance hat that you can get from crates, you can show that now if you want. I guess doesn't really matter when you're wearing a helmet, which is something you ideally want to do. Um, so yeah, some of the next big changes are going to be ambient sound changes. So we have a new sound to indicate when you can drop out of the aircraft. The walking and running sounds are different, like your feet sound different on the grass, whether you're wearing shoes or barefoot. Shoes and barefoot are definitely different sounds now, but even then, the actual sound file that they used is different. It's a lot cleaner, 10 times cleaner. And as a general rule, like if you take your shoes off and run barefoot in the game, you're going to be quieter. And that's way more crucial now that they made these ambient sound changes. The glass breaking when you volt in and out or shoot through a window has changed. The glass is louder. Um, the exact distance that you can hear the glass breaking from is not calculated yet, but it is significantly louder. And then there's ambient sounds when you're in certain types of buildings. So, for example, the warehouses at the Navy dock, um, you enter that building. There's a different ambient sound now in the building. It's like more echoey. You can hear pipes move, like pipes draining. You can hear some motors pumping from time to depending on what building you're in. It's pretty cool. And another huge patch update here. You got airdrops. So along with that, there's an airdrop sound now that alerts everybody. There's a sound and a notification on your screen to let you know that an airdrop is in progress right now. We're going to go over the airdrops here pretty soon. Our last patch note option for the menu, like general menu, is you would go to your appearance. There's this customized face option now. It costs 20 credits to change your face. And there's a ton of options now. There's a lot of presets here. You can, it is just crazy what you can do now. I mean, look, I can take the eyebrows, I can move them further, closer apart. You can do that for every part of the face now. Face shape, cosmetics, change your eye color, size, brightness, eyeliner, eyebrows, cosmetics, facial hair, tattoos. You can have tattoos now. I don't know where this. Oh, it puts a little mole on the screen right there. That's that's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go with the scar on the cheek. Yeah, yeah. Beards. It's different for You get different options when you choose a female character. Hairstyles. You, you can't change the hair color now for some reason. I don't think that was intentional, but there's different styles here. The biggest feature down here is the bottom left-hand corner. You can export your design or import your design. So this is going to open it up for community customized faces. Like people are going to be able to design a face and put it up on the forums or put it up online, and you can import if you like that style. You can import it instead of having to go here and like do all the little changes. So that's pretty cool. Look how intricate it gets. Like it's this is part of the Quicksilver framework right here. Is the having all this grid layers and stuff like that, being able to select the layer and then move everything accordingly. And then it's kind of goofy, but you can up here in the top left hand corner, you can change your you can change your character's facial expression. It will be a consistent facial expression when you make a change. You can cancel your credits. I didn't spend any credits. It's only 20, so it's not very expensive. It's actually really reasonable. It's pretty great that they made it like that. All right, so now we're going to go to some in-game changes, and for that, we're going to look at a slideshow that I made. Okay, this is the first big change for in-game changes. We're going to have a new map design, and this is what it looks like. Has a topography style. You can see the water depths more clearly, the elevations more clear, the valleys more clear, sand slash green distinctions. The buildings are all the same color though, as before, yellow, roads still dark, black. But overall, a great improvement. All right, now we're going to talk about the airdrops. This is a screenshot I took of what the airdrop will look like in game. It's on a hot air balloon. It basically drops straight down from the point that it spawns. It's not like an airplane that travels and drops an air crate. It just spawns randomly and then drops straight down. And then the balloon detaches and rises straight back up. So there will be 3 indicators total. Besides the sound and the notification on your screen, you'll see the blimp go down. Then you'll see the blimp or the hot air balloon, whichever you want to call it, go back up. So that's 2 things. And then the package itself will smoke. There's 2 things in this picture. The item in the foreground, what we're going to talk about here in a second, is going to be a new boat. So there's boats in the games now. This is the speedboat that I used to get that same airdrop that we saw in the previous slide. And this is the airdrop here in the background here. It's basically a sphere, and inside you can find, I believe, snipers, level 3 gear, and the new weapon drops in the crate as well. There hasn't been too many crates that I opened, so as of right now, I just know about the 1 new gun, and that you can get things like silencers, Remington 700, level 3 helmet, level 3 vest, ammo, stuff like that. It's not like you're going to go to the crate and get a pistol. It's only going to be high-end stuff. So that's pretty great. In this slide, we're going to have two things to look at here. The first thing is going to be your inventory menu has changed. So as you can see, it's now centered on the screen instead of tight left on the screen. And there's also a show hat option. So besides the menu option, you can go here and click your hat on and off, which is cool, I guess, but probably not particularly useful. But that's what it looks like now. And then you have the new weapon crate, or the new weapon gun, which is the AUG. And it has really high rate of fire, pretty decent range, and respectable damage and stability. The AUG is a Austrian bull pump 5.56 assault rifle designed in the early 1970s. And there you go. I like the gun. I like it a lot. It fires super quickly. I wouldn't say it's overpowered, but it's pretty freaking good. Like if you can get a hold of that, pick it off someone else's body, great. It takes all the regular AR attachments, including the AR scopes. It just doesn't have a stock like an M4A1 does, which is no big deal. It doesn't even need the stock because the stability is respectable. All right, this is a screenshot of the speedboat. And this is a screenshot, and you can see in the background here. I call it just a tactical boat. I'm not sure the exact name for it, but two different boat designs. The speedboat is faster than this one. This one is more agile than the speedboat. They have their pros and cons. You're not really going to be in the water a whole bunch in this game, but there are certain points on the map where there's a couple islands, and depending on where you drop, it might be quickest to and safest to go on a boat to a new area instead of traveling by land, depending on where the next circle is. All right, our next in-game change, the Mosin Nagant scope, the scope that comes with the gun. You can't put any other scope on there. You can't put a muzzle attachment or anything, barrel attachment, excuse me. You can just put a magazine. They changed the scope design, so it's the same principle. It's got the three lines going to the center. They're just closer together and more even. So in order to get a headshot, you want to place the head of the target in between the left and the right lines there, and then you want to line up the center line on his head. The tip of the center line is 100 meters. So, oops. So we're gonna do some a scope video in another release or two to go over distances and where to aim on the scope and such. Developer designed graffiti on the walls. You're gonna see random little pictures like this now on the walls in Ring of Elysium. It's pretty cool. It's not like crazy. They don't overdo it. It's not like it's all over the place, but it's there. It's something different. Our last option, which I didn't do any kind of, I didn't do a video for, is a spectate option. And that is spectates the person who killed you. So as soon as someone kills you, you have two options now. Well, three options. You look at your stats throughout the game and stuff, and then you can exit the game or you can spectate. And it does what, the word spectate is. It goes to their point of view, and then you can watch them the rest of the game and then spectate the people who kill him. So, which is pretty nice. And that's going to be it for the video, guys. Right now, I'm just going to start a game and have a little fun here. And I'll see you guys in game. All right, take it easy.